Oop, that didn't open. Okay, hang on. Welcome everybody. Just opening up the the chat for the players. Forgot to rig that up. There we go. That's better. So yeah, as I was telling them, I was giving them this map because Silversong got this map, so since they're here, they might as well get it as well. The map of the Glimmering House, which is just sort of a collection of islands on the far western side of the Elder Isle. Oop, that's not the right thing. That's the right thing. Perfect. So I guess you can doodle on this if you really want to. But look how pretty the map is.
You insist.
Do you really want to desecrate it?
It's tradition at this point. You can't not do it.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Where did we leave off? So previously on Whispers in the Woods, the party was pursuing. Here, let's get the assassins to the north. into the Driella Forest, which in turn led them to Lysindriel, the city of the Wood Elves. They had been told that there was some sort of safe house near Lysindriel where the assassins had been meeting their client who had hired them. But they didn't have too much information on the client themselves or where exactly this safe house was. So, upon their arrival in Lysindriel, they were asked by the forest guard, the Wood Elf protectors of Lysindriel, to surrender their weapons, and they did so. And then began to sort of make their way around the city, asking a few questions here and there to some of the elven noble families and some of the other folk around Lysindriel. I'm gonna keep getting distracted by all their pictures.
Sideways squid.
It is.
Good man.
I mean, that is what Ika means in Japanese, right?
Wait, does it really?
Yep. Ikamura just translates directly to Squid Village.
Oh wow.
Are there squid? Is there more squids? Is that where? I wasn't able to see Silversong live. Which one is Silversong actually on? I haven't gotten to that yet. I need to.
They're down here.
Yeah, that one.
Ah, cool. Okay.
In that person's head.
So Jay, when we getting a Squidward race?
We're not.
Yeah.
You're pretty cursed.
-1 charisma.
What is going on up here?
So back to Lysindriel. The party asked around and found a bit of information. They talked to one of the sons of one of the noble families, as well as a tailor in town. The son had mentioned that he'd seen someone out in the woods who was sprinkling something odd onto a tree, and when he went to investigate, found the black mold that the party had been seeing throughout the forest that seemed to be infecting it. And then the tailor said that they saw similarly hooded figure. They didn't personally witness any of the sprinkling, but they mentioned that they'd seen them in a certain part of the woods. And the party also went to talk with the Venroar family, another one of the noble families, in order to try to arrange a stay, as some of the noble families with many, many children had a few open beds from some of them that had moved out. And they managed to arrange a stay in the House of Venroar, which are an ancient noble family of wood elves who were known for their battle mage prowess. And after that, they proceeded to talk a little bit with the Wenowin noble family at their lake house, as they had heard from several people around town that the Wenowins had had a visitor recently. Upon arriving at the Wenowin family, and speaking with the matriarch of the Wenowin family, they learned that someone had stayed with them. It was an elven woman who said she was a distant cousin of theirs, and they were relatively convinced based on the birthmark that she bore and the similar sort of hair and facial features that she had. And after speaking a bit with the matriarch of the Wenowin family, the party excused themselves to go elsewhere in town. And as they're about to leave, they were heralded or called over by another one of the Wenowin family, who weird skipping names. Oh, who said that she wanted to speak with them and sort of ushered them upstairs quickly to her room, and that was where we ended off, with them going upstairs. Very good doodles,
Remember-
everybody. Sorry,
Remember
go
you
ahead.
said my joke could be funnier this session about the anime posters, and I want to find out why.
It's true. There's a very muscular looking Jellycat in the corner. I can't get over the head on middle me.
It looked like a head, and I was like,
It's ridiculously good.
Silver Song is living on a person.
Yeah, they're
Did you draw that with a mouse?
yeah.
What?
they're on the eyebrow right about now.
The secret is you gotta zoom in really close and then draw.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I've been zoomed out like 10 miles away trying to draw this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Shake that, really just zoom in.
All right. So, without further ado, let's get back into it. Unfortunately, I have to take you off the doodle map.
I'll get back to this.
All the way over back to the Wenowin Lake House.
This house is huge. It's like the same size as one of those islands.
Weird, the audio froze for me.
Exactly.
Still good for me.
Strange. All right. So you were just at by a odd-looking elven woman, and she ushered you upstairs to follow her up to the next floor of the Wenowin Lake House. And I believe everybody was intending to follow her.
I'm like a cat.
Yeah.
Me, I'm following.
Yep.
We're all cats now. We have become the very thing we swore to destroy.
So, so making your way up to the landing at the top of the stairs, you find yourself in a long hallway with rooms on either side. And sort of at the end of the hallway, you can see that same elven woman. And she's just sort of quickly motioning, waving you to make your way down the hall. There's sort of doors on either side that just look like bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. as you make your way along. But she's ushering you to another staircase at the far end of the hall. So if you wish to continue, you can. Dog is stuck in blanket. All right.
I
Well-
need to see where this goes.
We followed this weird girl so far. Let's continue.
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Then you follow her up the next set of stairs. These ones look a little older. They creak slightly as you make your way up. And as you arrive at the top of these stairs, you find yourself in an attic. The decor of this room is not nearly as ornate or tidy as it was downstairs or even in the hallway below. You can kind of just see clothes thrown everywhere, even in a pile in the corner. And the rug before you on the ground is stained with various colors of everything. Throughout the room and even on the walls, you can see painting canvases. And it occurs to you that the stains all over the floor may be paint. The woman is sitting on a stool at the far end of the room by a set of windows at a desk and motioning you to kind of come in and not just stand at the top of the steps. Come in.
Okay.
You can grab a stool or you can grab some carpet if you want.
Yeah, I've lived in caves in better condition.
I think this is lovely.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't exactly expect company, you know? So as you kind of glance throughout the room, you can see just a mess of paints in various kind of glass bottles on her table, as well as a sort of makeshift palette carved from wood and some brushes. The easels throughout the room have paintings still on them, and they seem to be all portraits of people, including the one that is framed and placed on the wall behind her desk.
What does the one behind the desk look like?
It's a painting of a woman. I can show you all of them if you want. We can do that now, or we can talk to her first.
I kind of want to see this painting in particular, at least.
Okay. You can actually see some titles on some of them. We'll go around to all the paintings in a sec, but for the time being, you can see that she's sort of scrawled in white paint along the bottom of them some titles for the paintings. So this one, there, everybody can see it, right?
Yeah.
This one is sort of a torso up painting of a relatively young looking human woman. Brown hair, a sword in a sheath at her side, and the rather messy looking scrawl of white paint at the bottom spells out Saint Celia.
Are you
ahead.
fascinated with humans?
She sort of looks around at all her paintings. Uh, not humans in particular. Just I have a habit where I paint portraits of everybody I meet.
Everyone?
Well, I can't claim to have painted everyone, but that's the goal.
Oh.
Guys, huddle up.
Football huddle.
We are felons on the run. We cannot allow this girl to paint us.
I never got.
Oh, I didn't think
Or-
about that.
Oh well. You know, I don't know if Jolly Cap is gonna come all the way out here looking for us.
think swamp people are gonna leave the swamp. Ridiculous.
Miss, what was your name again?
Well, I'm Sabine. Sabine Wenneman. You all are... She just kind of waits expectantly, waiting for you to introduce yourself.
Martos. Hi. Very photographic.
Well, she already introduced herself.
Oh, what the hell. Draven. No last name.
I'm Wits. Except I
I'm
actually don't have a last name.
I'm
She-
Sybil.
She nods along enthusiastically as each of you introduce yourselves. It's nice to meet you all.
Mhm.
And then she sort of pauses and kind of rubs her chin a little bit, getting a little bit of paint on her chin. Now this does extend the paintings I scheduled. Now that I got 4 more.
It's just right there. It's right on the chin. It's right there.
What?
What?
She kind of points at her chin. Well, is there something on my...
I'm sorry if this is very forward. Let me just rub her chin.
She looks a little startled, but she lets you
goodness.
do.
Who are we
Sorry.
going to have to murder this time?
Sorry.
Sorry, that was a joke, Sibyl.
You lot are weird.
Really
I don't think I'm gonna
You
get
know,
around
Martos,
that.
there's an easier way to do that.
I just wanted to touch an elf. I've never touched an elf before.
Oh,
You kicked me plenty in the tent that night.
You don't.
And why not? What do you have against lunar elves?
Look at you. Case closed. Stop making a scene in front of our new friend.
yeah, this
Fine.
might not be the best impression.
Oh no, with all these steins everywhere, I don't think we could have made a bad one.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Didn't expect to have a portrait painted today.
Mm.
Uh,
Well,
oh,
I don't know that I'll
wait a
get them
minute.
done today. But I actually did want to speak to you. That's why I called you up here. What exactly were you talking to my mom about?
We were looking
Beatrice.
for. That was her name. Yeah.
What's whispers to Draven? Oh, I don't forget about the information that you could sell.
Wits, does this girl look like she has money?
I mean, how does she think she got all these paints? These ain't free.
Yes, probably asking her mother for money to buy them.
That's true. Mother buys me the paints.
Told you.
It's to start talking.
She's still kind of
Yes,
waiting for an answer.
looking for information on Beatrice.
Mm.
Your mother said that you might know of her whereabouts, or spoken to her, any information at all.
Well, I don't talk to people much, so I didn't really speak to her, but I did watch her a little bit while she was staying at the house.
Mhm.
See, uh, she told Mother that she was a distant cousin of ours, and Mother believed her, but I didn't. I didn't think it was true.
Yes, and what gave you that impression?
Mm. I don't know. Just a funny feeling, I guess.
Uh, did you happen to paint her?
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind if we saw the painting?
Yeah. All right. Just one right over here. She guides you over to this painting in the corner. And this is what you see. Everybody see it?
Oh my.
Yeah.
This is what she looked like.
I see.
She had
This,
black hair, pale skin like a Winnowin, but I don't know. Something was weird about her.
Did she have the Winnowin birthmark as well?
Yeah, Mother said she did.
What do you all think?
well, did you actually
Well-
see the birthmark
No, I didn't, but
yourself? I mean,
Mother did. I don't really go near people much. This is the most conversation I've had in a long time.
I'm so sorry I touched you.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Well,
Birthmarks are easily forged. So
your mother did say it's not that well known outside the family, but it isn't very difficult to fake a birthmark.
Suppose not particularly hard.
yeah, like watch. Did they describe what the birthmark looked like?
She showed you hers.
Okay,
Helena just showed you hers.
Witch is gonna touch his cheek and use prestidigitation to form the birthmark on his cheek.
Yeah, it was three
Oh,
black
yeah, collarbone.
three black dots at the collarbone. So that's something you could pretty easily fake with.
Yeah. So he's gonna just touch his cheek and make that birthmark appear.
So he gets a little closer and kind of examines it. Yeah, that's pretty convincing. She pulls down her collar and shows you that she has the same markings.
Yeah,
It's
see,
pretty
easy.
accurate.
And then he snaps his fingers to make the birthmark disappear off his face.
It's not a bad trick.
So you said you saw her. Did you happen to witness where she was going when she left the house?
That part I can't really help you with. Sorry. I don't exactly leave the house.
Yes. Draven kind of murmurs to the group. Yes, I met an Ikamuran once. He told me of this affliction that Sabi has. It's called. She is a hikikomori, is what he called it.
A what?
I don't know. It's some Ikamuran phrase.
Well,
She's a neat.
Yeah.
if think you should try going out and exploring sometime. You might enjoy it more than you think you would.
It is a horrible place out there. Do not. This is what you have for night out. This is a nice setup.
Well, I mean,
Be a hermit.
This is,
Be a hermit.
This is quite a nice city. Not everyone gets to experience this.
Be a hermit.
It is nice, but you gotta understand, with the compulsion and all, every time I meet a new person, I have to paint them.
Did you ever think about carrying around a sketchbook? Or something like that instead?
It's not exactly my medium.
Well, you could always learn a new medium. Might be fun to try something new, I suppose.
Suppose so. But I've been painting all my life.
You could sketch and then come back home and paint. Therefore, you don't have to go through some canvases or like a lot of paint when you mess up.
And there are different sorts of paint that you can use on a smaller scale.
Or you could use illusion magic to recreate it in here.
Not really very magical.
Well, anyone can learn. The nice people down the road there know a lot about magic.
You're talking about the Venroar?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're the Venroars.
Well,
We're new.
yeah, we're new here, but
They're born
Yes,
with
sir.
it. They're born with it. It's not exactly something you teach, being a Venroar.
well, anyone can learn magic. I wasn't born knowing magic.
Me neither.
I
And I didn't have many opportunities to go out and learn it either, so it's difficult, but if you commit yourself to it, you can pull it off.
I knew magic as a child.
Yeah, well, you can't all. Oh, okay.
I guess Raven did learn as a child.
Yeah, you did.
See, some
I was a
people,
very quick learner.
some people are just born with a talent. Mine's painting.
Mhm.
Can we kind of walk around and look at the other paintings?
Right, that one was Saint Celia, black-haired woman. That one is looks like that. It's labeled Sheriff of Bleak Rock. Sybil, the one that you make your way to.
Mhm.
Looks like this. It's labeled
Oh,
Mariana and Shadow.
that's the girl you keep harassing in the marketplace, isn't it, Mardos?
Gotta get rid of the cat.
That's a very cute cat.
I will admit it is a cute cat.
You admitted it!
I admit it. I will never deny a cute cat.
But you know it has to be done.
It's a cute cat.
Listen, are we killing the cats or not?
What if we get
All
a
three
pet
of you
cat
are
and name it
absolutely
High Noon?
demented.
We should get a pet cat and name it High Noon and have it just chill with us.
Seems a little incriminating.
No. It would be coincidence.
Oh no, hold on. It's a lot more tame compared to other things Marlos has done.
We have done nothing to incriminate ourselves with, Draven. We are
That's a
You can
lie.
mention some of the
Right.
bones you collected.
crocodile bone. And I think we're like one human skull that I didn't even kill.
You, most suspicious people on this planet. Oh my gosh.
Okay?
There's one more painting if you want to see it.
Sybil, maybe it's best you don't go outside. There's
What?
Quite a lot of danger out there. Not you.
Excuse me.
Not
Oh,
you. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Sybil, about that, but Sibyl has existed for a very long time.
no, I like it. It's funny.
I almost wanted to have Witz's point back, but that's the bill.
Two Sibyls.
Last one looks like this and is labeled Romana the Wanderer.
So you met all these people here, Seville.
Yeah,
Does your family often receive guests?
from time to time. Some of these people live in town now, so that was relatively easy to meet them.
So your family is known for receiving guests, then?
Known for? I don't know. Mother has guests from time to time. Mostly just stay out of their way.
Have any of the other guests been suspicious?
Suspicious? I don't think so.
No, I'm just wondering how this Beatrice came to find your house.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Same. It's quite a conundrum.
Folk come and visit mother or sister, and, well, mostly they just tell me to stay up in my room.
Looks like you would have done that anyway.
Draven nods. Yes, it's probably for the best.
You don't have to listen to them if you don't want to.
Yeah, but I don't really love talking to people either, so it balances out, I suppose.
I suppose.
You folk are nice, though.
Are we?
Well, so far, I suppose.
You definitely do not get out much.
Draven's like this to everyone he meets. It's not personal.
Yeah, he's the only not nice one here.
I am curious. Why exactly are you looking for the lady who stayed with Mother?
I'll let someone else take this one.
Yeah,
You're
didn't
gonna
think-
murder her.
Mardos.
Someone
That
else.
This-
Was-
Also my mottos too.
Was that-
Yeah.
Was that
She
another
likes Mother.
joke?
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they
think
joke a lot.
maybe.
Um,
Depends on what. Depends on the circumstance on how we meet her. Depends on the murder. You know what? It's a very
cool, cool, Mardos.
I ramble when I get nervous.
Cool. Oh,
Look at this painting. It's a beautiful painting.
all right.
Look, I
So-
can.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can assure you that we're concerned with her for the safety of the town, and you're in no danger.
Black mold. I see
Yeah.
this painting.
There has been black mold,
Black
spreading
mold?
throughout the forest and the general area.
Really?
It is highly dangerous. Severely injured a girl we met on the way here. And long story short, someone witnessed a woman in a cloak cutting something on the trees where it was later found. So, a strange woman who is suspicious walks into town, leaves without anyone really knowing what she's doing, and around the same time, a woman has been messing with the local flora. So, there you go.
Wow, that's all quite something. I can't say I've seen much of that myself. You think that the lady to stay with Mother has something to do with it, then?
It's a strong hunch.
You think she might be?
Strong, maybe.
She might be the lady in the woods that you
Uh-huh.
said you saw.
Therefore, she may get murdered. That's the may part.
After all, the gods said that
Stop with the
other
murder.
than us, there hasn't really been any else
I
that
am
entered the
honest
city
work.
in the last week or so.
Do you think you could show the guard your painting? It might help them. I think they're doing their own investigation with this.
Yeah, I suppose I could.
Wait, might not
Alright.
be anybody.
Oh, no need to worry. I can recreate it for the god when we see them.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Alright. That's also very helpful.
Yeah, you get to see your painting.
Wait, Seville looks at you in shock. Like a counterfeit?
Oh,
Yes,
well-
Wits, I believe that's theft of intellectual property.
Well, not exactly. Like, watch, and the canvas is, I'd assume it's smaller than 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll, right about here, he'll cast Minor Illusion to recreate, this painting, or make another canvas with the painting on it, leaning up against, the stool.
What in the world?
But don't worry, I can't sell or anything. Give it a touch.
She pokes it, and her finger passes right through
Then it
it.
should disappear.
Another weird trick. You got a lot of those.
Actually, if it's small enough, I can recreate an illusion of it.
Well, I suppose it's all right if you want to show the forest guard that.
Plus, it seems like you don't really like to get out that much, so...
That is true. Well, I suppose that's all I was curious about. I overheard some stuff that you were talking to Mother about from the window, and I wanted to understand a little more, I guess.
Sure.
Yes, just hold off on painting us for a bit.
Why is that?
We
we're felons.
not felons. We just don't like our likeness spread around.
Speak for yourself. I'm beautiful.
Okay, just don't paint me. You can paint whoever else in the group.
I guess so.
It wouldn't be that hard to paint you, Draven. I mean, look at your skin. It's like the same color as the canvas.
You don't even gotta paint the canvas. But get a little outline.
Yeah, it could be pretty economical with the paint with that one.
It's true. She's kind of rubbing her chin, thinking. She's getting more paint on her chin. That's true.
Right there.
Witz puts his arm out to stop Martis from rubbing him off again.
So
And
point at
and-
my chin. Just right there.
And yeah, Seville, just to avoid Martis from touching you again, Witz will cast Prestidigitation to clean off her chin.
She kind of doesn't really even notice. She's very used to just having paint on her.
Have we adopted a child? Are we cleaning them and bathing them and feeding them now?
Nope, just trying
Yes.
to stop another love interest from Martis.
It's too late.
Uh,
It already happened.
Thank you for your
let's-
information, Seville.
Yeah,
Appreciate.
happy to help, I suppose.
Did you have something to add, Sybil?
Huh?
No, I
which-
thought you were
oh,
going to
I
say
thought you were
something.
talking about. I keep getting confused. I have never met a number one. Okay, no, nothing. You can go now.
Thank you for your permission. See you all downstairs.
You have to get permission from her now because
oh,
of the felony.
Oops.
All right then. You have a beautiful painting. Goodbye. Keep up the good work.
Yeah,
Bye.
take care.
We are not gonna murder anybody.
She walks you down to the second staircase, back to the main hall. And you arrive back at the ground floor of the Wenowin Lake House. She sort of stays at the top of the stairs and just sort of lets you all head back down.
What time of the day is it now? Pretty sure it's afternoon.
Definitely afternoon. And then you stayed a little bit at the Van Roars and were unpacking and stuff, kind of setting up your place of lodging, and then you talked to Halaneshta for a little bit. So let's say it's maybe 6 p.m. Approaching dusk.
Alright, well, we're ready to head back to the Venoise.
Sure.
We could. I would like to speak with the guards though, and get that information to them.
Right then.
Mm-hmm.
We can go do that.
Where were they again?
Middle town.
You passed
Yeah,
by
okay.
them, and it wasn't that long ago, so I can remind you. Because you did pass right by that. If you want to go directly there, I can just bring you right there.
Open a portal.
There's no reason to make you walk through all those places if you're just going right here. You loop your way back around the Van Roar estate and off to the sort of entrance square, and eventually find yourselves back at the Forest Guard outpost, where the elves are still busy with their training. So it's hard to tell if they're different people because they all wear hoods and masks to cover their faces. But you walk up to this one then, Jared. He pauses for a moment.
Pardon me. Is
Yeah.
your captain in?
He should be in there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they all
The
return to their...
captain should be in.
Right then. Should we knock, or do you think we can go right in?
It's a public building, is it not?
I don't know how I feel about just barging into a room with people with a bunch of weapons when we don't, so just asking.
That's good enough for me. Excuse me. Bloop.
Traven follows Mordos in.
Alright. The door's not locked. And you make your way into the Forest Guard station. Inside, you can see sort of rows of cabinets and a hearth on the far wall, flickering in the sort of dwindling light of day. You can see some hammocks off to your right, and on your left are several elves all seated around a table. They were talking quietly before you entered and kind of turned their attention towards you as you make your way in. You see Tanith kind of turn and go, "Well, howdy there. Sir, something I can help you with?"
Yes, we had some additional information regarding the woman in the forest.
We solved the case.
We believe she was staying with the Winowins, possibly, pretending to be a family relation by the name of Beatrice Winowin. I believe Wits is able to present you with an image of her likeness.
Yeah, just give me a moment. Over here. Leaning up against the chair right here, which will cast Minor Illusion to recreate the painting that Sibyl drew or painted of Beatrice.
You see Tanith kind of turn towards it and examine it for a little bit. And then he actually turns towards this elf here and says, Solana, you checked Beatrice, was it, in? when she arrived at town? Is this the same person? She stands for a moment. Scrutinizes the illusory painting as well. And says, yes, yeah, that was her. She said she was a relative of the Wenowins, and I let her in. She wasn't armed or anything. Well, sounds like your story checks out.
Indeed. Also, another minor thing. Wits, I seem to remember from the letter you read, or the letter that you found, that the meeting place was somewhere around Lysindria. Tanith, do you know of any abandoned buildings or places outside the city that some ne'er-do-wells might meet?
Well, the Forest Guard patrols most of the Mistwoods, places close to Lysindria, so if there was anything in there, we would know about it. But further beyond, hard to say. The forests are quite dense, and it is impossible to cover every single speck of land.
Well, while your scouts are out searching for this woman, perhaps you could keep an eye out for any suspicious places as well.
Indeed.
Actually, more specifically, there's a specific man that we run into who would definitely be willing to cause trouble in your fine city.
That's
Town,
so.
rather.
Who might that be?
How tall is he?
He's definitely over 5 feet, if that's what you're asking.
All right. I don't want to like be weird and then like make just his head or something. And then I feel like that probably wouldn't go smooth over well.
Make it weird.
Yeah. Well, we didn't catch his name, of course, because you know he was committing murder around us at the time. But this is what his face looked like. And then on the table here, he puts the bust of the man. That specifically the guy that shot Cornford Creekwood with the crossbow.
Okay. Yeah, some of them are a little bit quiet. Thanks, Tasty. I've been messing around with their audio a little bit because they've been fluctuating a little, so been turning them up and down a little bit. Anyone in particular who needs it? I think Zeke's a little quiet in comparison to some of the others. I'll boost them a little. I
had to re-put together my setup because I moved somewhere else. So
that might be why. Yeah, you are slightly quieter than everybody else. I'll turn you up. All right. Tanith, Solana, and the other woman at the table, they all sort of examine the bust that you've placed for them. And Tanith kind of looks it over and says, well, I don't rightly recognize this fellow here.
Well, you may not recognize him, but
keep an eye out.
Be careful. He is certainly dangerous.
Keep an eye out. So yeah.
Tanith, it's been bothering me, but your accent, I can't quite place it. Where might you originally be from?
He kind of grins a little bit at the question and goes, yeah, folk tend to notice that. I'm originally from a little place called Bleak Rock. That's why I tend to sound a little bit different than everybody else around these parts.
That's good to know.
The Bleak Rock. Where might that be located?
It's a little island to the northeast.
I see. Perhaps another place for me to travel eventually.
Well, it's not too bad of an island. Needed to change of pace though.
Yes, I know that feeling all too well. Well, thank you for your assistance, and that is all the information we've acquired until now. If we find any more, we'll certainly let you know.
All right. Sounds like a good plan to me. We'll keep our eyes peeled for both of these folks you talked about. If we find
Indeed.
anything, we'll keep you posted as well.
Sounds good. Anyone else have any concerns?
And do I get my axe back?
I don't think so. Oh,
Well, you can have your weapons back when you're leaving town, or if you sufficiently earn the trust of the folk around here. But as it is right now, you are fairly new to town. You've only been here for the day, so I'm gonna hold on to the weapons for the time being, if you'll bear with me.
I will bear with you. If I get attacked before then,
Well,
it's up.
if you're attacked in town, all you gotta do is call the forest guard. They'll handle it for you. It's not your job to defend yourself in Lysindriel. And if you are leaving the town, you just come talk to us, and we'll give you your weapons back.
all right. Thank you.
Don't mind her about asking. She's a fighter, all right. Kind of her thing.
Martos, just bite them with your fangs.
Well,
I have tusks. Look, first off, all right, they are tusks.
certainly met quite a few folk with itchy fingers in my day, so I don't blame you, ma'am.
I just like to know I can win a fight if need be.
Of course, but this is how they do things around these parts, so we gotta just roll right along.
Speaking of rolling along, shall we roll?
Yep. Sure.
Don't walk backwards staring at the blue.
All right, you make your way back out of the forest guard station, closing the door behind you.
Well, what the
Well.
heck is that, my dudes?
We have a few leads, but we certainly need more information before we are able to find this woman, I believe.
Do you
I
think
think
she
so.
could be tied to our friends, I suppose?
Certainly possible.
Well, hopefully tonight, the letter can reveal itself once again, and if so, I can write down this time what it says.
That would be useful. Although I'm not sure anybody else would take that as straight evidence.
True. I don't know. Perhaps we should just sleep on it.
But, Jay.
Mhm.
Since Wit had seen the note, would he be able to minor illusion it?
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose
Actually,
it would depend on your memory probably to recreate it, right?
Yeah, I'd either have to roll it, or if he really doesn't remember it right now, then he definitely wouldn't remember it to copy it. So.
Yeah. there's a bit of wiggle room because I don't expect you to memorize like every single detail of everything. Let's make an int check since we don't get enough of those. See if you can think back really hard and pull up most of the details of the note.
Which is like in the position of the meme of the guy saying "think" right now. Trying to remember it.
Maybe you
Oh,
don't.
come on.
Hey,
There certainly were words on a page, but what those words said, who knows?
He heard
You-
himself trying to think.
you have a
Yes.
headache?
You look deep in thought.
Yeah, you get a headache, Wits.
Sorry, it's been a long day. Just have a headache.
Yes, perhaps some rest and fresh day, fresh mind, you know.
I think that'd be good for all of us. Oh, you're getting pretty good at those tricks, by the way.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. This mostly been a little more relevant to do. They're a lot more useful outside of combat. So
Yep. Well, you all want to get back to the I cannot remember their names.
then,
Winrar, their house,
Winrar,
yeah.
Yeah.
that is the only one I remember.
Certainly, Sybil.
Nap.
Right. I am tired. I just hope I'm gonna be able to get enough sleep. Which direction was it? I have no internal compass.
Wait, this way?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was north. I legit don't
What?
remember.
It was to the like southwest of like this area.
You can
'Cause I remember we
Okay.
you can technically
went-
get there by going north, but it's just longer.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, this
Must
city's
be a
huge.
Yeah, I remember that little square thing we first got to was south, and then I remember to the west of it was in our house.
Think of Lysindra like a center road with two roads on the left and right. All sort of like going the same direction, all going kind of south to north. So right now you'd be on the center road, and then you're heading back to the plaza, which is a place where you can get to either of the left or right roads. Oh, there you are. So then you'd be traveling through the plaza, and you'd be going a little bit west, and then that's how you'd get back to the Venmore estate. And then you came out here, and that's you climbed those steps and got back up there. There's a refresher on how you get to the Venmore estate.
Okay, I might need more of those refreshers in the future, but
That's fine. You guys were only here for a day, so I don't have any issue with. It's fresh in your mind, so there's no problem with just refreshing you, the players versus the characters.
The only thing I can manage to remember is this navigation. But Winrar is the best it's going to get as far as remembering house names.
Sometimes you can make sort of like a bigger city map, but it doesn't really work for this one, just because of its setup. So, just accidentally.
I assume everything's somewhat further apart compared to like other cities.
Yeah, it's sort of like winding and twisting around rock formations. So it's kind of built within to the natural environment rather than like just a big city with city walls and stuff like that and streets. So sort of fitting within the natural environment of this area. But you make your way back up the steps and into the Venmore estate. There, back her up a little bit.
We're
She's-
back.
Oh, yeah, so you are.
Yep.
How are
Yep.
things going for you?
Yeah.
Going well.
Our investigation is progressing.
All right. Don't really
getting
know what you're
there.
on don't really know what you're investigating, but sounds interesting enough. Beds are upstairs if you feeling tired.
Indeed. Our investigation is quite draining and very important.
Of course, of course.
Dragon's just gonna make his way out.
Excuse me, miss. Is your father busy right now?
Mm, I think so. He's in his study, which usually means he is.
All right. Well, whenever he's not, give me a word. There's something I need to ask him.
I suppose. We can try him tomorrow. In the morning, maybe.
All right.
Before he started up everything.
All right, then. Thank you.
Good night.
No.
Oh,
Uh,
not an arm wrestle?
well, not exactly my specialty, I suppose. It's been a while since I've arm wrestled anybody.
Oh, got any other board games or other games you like to play here?
Not particularly. Mostly, father just has his studying and, practicing
On arm
magic.
wrestle?
Arm wrestle, I suppose.
Yes! Alright, lead the way. We're gonna need a table.
There's a table in here, I guess.
Ooh, I'll follow.
Here, what's he gonna roll a perception check to see if he hears them talking about arm wrestling? Oh hell yeah! Oh, did someone say arm wrest? Arm wrestling?
God damn it, Wits.
Never miss out on fun, you know that, Modus.
That was a beautiful roll, by the way.
Yeah, I wish I rolled down the goddamn int check.
We never will.
Alright.
I assume you know the rules of arm wrestling.
Yeah, unless you do anything special where you're from.
No, we're just brute strength. From
Alright. She puts her elbow up on the table.
Alright, let's do this.
Contesting strength rolls then.
Wits, count us down.
Alrighty, ready? Alright. 3, 2, 1. What is with the nat ones today?
Okay. She rolled a 9, and I thought you would beat her for sure.
Nope. This 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
What's
so
wrong with us?
she pins your arm, not easily because she didn't roll very high either, but she does manage to pin you. And she goes, I thought you'd surely beat me at that. Maybe
Me
I'm
too. 2 out of 3.
not as rusty as I thought.
Oh no, I haven't seen no 1-1 yet, so.
Oh.
I guess we could go again.
Alright. Wits, count us down with more luck this time, alright?
Alright, ready? And he looks at Modus. Modus, are you sure you're ready this time?
Nope. Let's do this.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow. Great.
Do
Okay.
not get into any encounters today, okay, guys? We will not do good.
She rolled an 8, and I thought she surely has it this time.
It's just Murphy's Law today, huh, Jay?
she has a plus 0, by the way.
Oh my god.
she's 0 for 3 in this campaign.
Nothing is said, just walks out.
The second one was a little bit closer though.
Wow.
He's just gone.
Michia looks at you, Wits, and just says that she looked like she took that a little bit hard. She's all right, right?
She'll be fine. She's quite, I don't know if I'd say sensitive, but, strength is kind of her forte. But I guess she's just a little tired from today.
Yeah, I didn't mean to upset her. I really thought she'd win. You saw her biceps, right?
Yeah, I thought she'd win too, but just one of those days, I guess.
She must be tired or something.
Yeah, we're all a bit tired. So I have a headache from today. So,
Fair enough.
well, since your father's busy, I guess I'll just ask you what I needed to ask.
All right.
Um,
Yeah,
by any chance,
might be able to answer.
by any chance, do you have any paper or maybe an empty book, something I can take notes in?
Like a notebook or some parchment.
Yeah, something like that. The forest god took my book away whenever we arrived. So,
Okay, that last bit is going to get an insight check. You shouldn't have said that last bit.
God.
Oh, especially because they're Venwars. You mean your spellbook?
ah, yes. But I also used it to take notes, and I'm quite the forgetful type, so haven't really been able to write down too much stuff for this investigation we've been going.
Well, they usually confiscate things for a reason. Is there something that you absolutely need to write down?
It's not urgent, just useful, I guess. Make things easier.
You can make a persuasion check if you want. She's on the fence. She doesn't think you're evil, but she also wants to obey the forest guard. Not bad. All right. Yeah, okay. She says, as long as you're not going to cause trouble in town, I don't want this to come back on me. I can lend you some parchment.
Okay, cheers, I appreciate it. No need to worry, though. It's just for investigation purposes. I probably will throw it away once it's over, honestly.
All right. I'll just slip into my father's study and quietly grab some. Is that all right?
That's fine. I'll be waiting by the stairs.
All right. Just quietly makes a motion that she's grabbing something. He nods. When she returns, she's got a few sheets of parchment in her hands. She says, "Did you need anything to write with, though?"
No, I have something to write with.
All right.
They just
Then-
took the book after all.
Here you are. She hands you the
All
parchment.
right. All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Again, no trouble.
I promise, no trouble. And if you're really concerned, I can even give it back to you later if you really need it.
All right.
All right. Well, good night.
Not to you as well.
Just so you know, the second I said that last part, I wanted to take it back. Like before you even said, you shouldn't have said that.
That was pretty great.
Okay, at least I passed one check today.
Yeah, it was a good roll. All right. So back upstairs, Sybil and Draven, you guys can do some stuff before they arrive, because they were downstairs for a little bit. So you two make your way upstairs. It's pretty quiet up here. Seems like the rest of the Venwars are downstairs. Your stuff is where you left it in your rooms. And the beds you picked out, I forget which ones they were.
This was the one she directed me and Mardos to, and this one was the one she showed Draven and Woods to.
Yeah, that was the boys, that was the girls.
I'm pretty sure I took the bed by the wall.
Fair enough. I
Corner.
believe you.
They're all by the wall.
Locks door.
All right. So it's a very simple lock.
Alright, Draven's gonna clean all this swamp muck that's probably dried up on him and his clothing,
Fair enough.
and make sure he gets his locks nice and clean. So yeah, for the next 15, 20 minutes or so. Draven's probably going to be bathing before bed.
As you get into the tub, it's cold water for a second, and then you feel like some kind of stones underneath the wood begin to heat, and it warms the water for you.
Ah, elven baths. I've missed these.
And as you're sort of bathing, Sybil, what are you up to?
Sybil is reading, I guess.
All right. As you're reading, you suddenly hear some loud footsteps of Martos making her way up the stairs.
Hey! What happened?
Face down in pillow.
Oh. Do you want to talk about it?
Wave his hands in the air.
I'm not sure if that was a yes or a no. But,
Thumbs down.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm sure you'll succeed at this eventually, Mardos.
Scream
We've
from
had
below.
pretty bad luck. Just maybe keep it down a little bit. There's a lot of people in the house.
All right. After a little bit of time passes, Wits, make your way up the stairs as well.
Wits is gonna kind of peek in here. Well, we taking baths tonight?
Middle finger.
All right. Is anyone in there
might.
now?
I think Draven is? I think he is.
Yeah,
You can
you'd
knock
assume.
if you want.
Alrighty then. Whenever you're done with yours, I guess, just give me a holler.
Alright.
He's gonna come in here. He's gonna sit down on his bed and start examining that magic ink note.
All right. As of right now, it's sort of past dusk. So it's kind of getting dark out, but there's still some light in this room. The page that you had is still blank.
He'll just put it away then, and then pull out the parchment that he received and take a few notes about today.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification, Jordan.
Yep.
She wasn't going to barge in. I was just waiting for Wets to finish. She knocks on the door and says, Draven, are you, about done in there?
Yes, just a few more moments. Draven's admiring himself
Okay.
in the mirror and just kind of styling his hair. And then he finishes up with that. It's all yours.
Thank you.
Ah, I feel like a new man, Wits.
Oh, really? Does that mean you're nicer?
What do you mean? I've always been polite.
Well, I agree you've been polite, but that's not the same as being nice.
Yes, but what does being nice get me?
Friends? Allies?
Well, I wasn't nice to you all, and you all are my allies now.
Well, that was a little easier because we all had the same goal in mind.
Yes, so I don't need any friends or any more allies. So why should I be polite?
Well, I mean, keep being filthy bugger to the Force Guard, they might not give you your weapons back.
Wits, I can always steal more weapons. You should know that.
Well, I can too, but I mean, we got a lot of work to do in this town, so figure we stay in order for now.
Plus, I always have my lunar elf fighting style. You know, how we fight with our teeth.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it a few times.
Indeed. Draven's just like, as he's talking, he's just kind of tucking himself in.
Well, fortunately, that captain didn't take away all my power.
Indeed.
Which kind of mumbles. I wasn't born yesterday.
What, you don't want to put on his southern drawl?
Hang on. I wasn't born yesterday.
Thank
Well, I wasn't born yesterday.
Oh, no.
you.
Gosh dang it.
Give me that book of yours so you can't do magic anymore.
I don't know what's going on in here, but the bathroom's open. So,
Alrighty then.
cool.
I want to find something out. Is Mardos still like actively sobbing, or is she just like quieted down now?
She just face planted into the bed and she's just chilling now,
Okay.
like a
You-
dead body.
Can you breathe like that?
Oh. No.
Oh, is that a word?
Yeah.
Which sticks his hand into the or finger into the water and says, "Oh, I haven't seen anything like this in ages."
I'm just gonna. I didn't specify, but I'm assuming we're draining the water and refilling it each time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would
Yeah.
be
Okay.
very
I'm not
gross.
gonna make you guys do individual bath RPs. This isn't Hearth and Home.
Oh,
It's so much fun.
It's where you're from. You're used to doing ice baths.
what are baths?
Yeah, I figured.
It's tradition around your parts.
We'll just say Wits made this and he didn't heat this one up.
Well, no, you can hate the ice baths if you want. No one says you have to do them when you're gone. It's just tradition in that city.
True. Well, Wits has been the one to put up with stuff, so he'll probably be okay with it.
All right.
And when he's done, he's gonna come on out. Oh yeah, Mardos, are you sure you don't want a bath?
Might make you feel better.
You know, Mardos, I do recall when we first got here, you said you'd be the first one to get in.
Middle finger.
Alright then, well, it's always open since everyone else has taken their turn.
I'm gonna take a peek.
Hmm?
Jimmy's.
That looked like a dad.
Wow.
Shut door.
God.
Lock.
Mardos, you're lucky you're taking a bath. I was definitely gonna comment about how bad you smell tomorrow.
How fucking rude.
I'm sure we all smelled probably horrible by now.
Hey, do you think the portraits of our Sybil is going to paint are going to just depict us just disgusting and covered in mud, tangled hair?
Yes.
It's very likely.
With a bunch of bruises and cuts all over our face, too.
Nah, you must be the guest that father is allowing to stay.
Indeed. Draven is my name.
My name's Wits, who might you be?
I am Dagon, Fenmore.
Alright, well, it's nice to meet you.
Indeed. The other Venmores make their way up to their own places.
Tagon, you don't snore, do you?
I don't believe I do. Do you?
Certainly not.
Well,
Oh,
that's good.
well, Tagon, you know how to do. You're familiar with magic, correct?
One might say that.
Would you mind helping me out with something? Not to reveal any secrets or anything. Just something for our investigation we're doing.
All right.
Which will pull out the note that has nothing on it. This note here.
Yes.
It has-
He's already casting detect magic.
Well, I'm aware that it is magical, and I have seen once before. Its words were revealed, which in fact led us to this fine city of yours. But I am not skilled enough to have a controlled viewing of this note. Only one time, it showed up in the night, and I didn't. Fortunately, we were not really in a restful position, so I wasn't able to write it down. But since this whole house is familiar with magic, I was wondering if maybe you could figure out how to make it reveal itself.
I can take a look at that. He's going to, after casting detect magic, not ritually, he's just casting it. He's going to cast identify. And he sort of looks it over. Some form of invisible ink. Indeed, there was something written here.
If it helps, which will reach into his bag and pull out the little flask of invisible ink. Oh, this was the ink that was used on it.
I see. It is indeed the ink that is magical. Now, you said you were able to read what was on it. Whenabouts was that?
It was real late in the night, maybe about. It was certainly past midnight.
I see. It may be related to the time of day. Where were you?
We were in the swamp.
I see. Well, I doubt anyone would make a swamp-based invisible ink. Though I suppose that's possible. Seems a tad impractical. My advice would be to recreate the environment in which it first showed itself. If it was quite dark out, then attempt to read your note in an environment that resembles such. I don't suppose there are any swamps around here, so we'll have to skip that part, yes?
Well, do you think perhaps it had anything to do with the moonlight?
That is another possibility. You could try that as well.
Alright then. I guess maybe I'll stay up tonight and go take a look outside and see. But you can feel free to join me if you like, but no obligations, of course.
I think I will simply have you let me know the results in the morning.
All right, very well.
Was there any other questions?
No, but you were definitely helpful. Thank you.
Very well.
After Tygon steps away, which will kind of talk over Draven. Oh yeah, Draven, I'm gonna stay up and see if I can figure out this note. If you want to join me.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna be going outside at night. Yeah, I know you like the night.
Why do you think I like night?
I don't know, you're a little enough.
That's right, Wits. I am. And I do enjoy the night, so I will join you.
Alright then.
Right. So some time passes as it gets later on into the night. You can actually get a bit of moonlight through the window, which kind of gives you some light around here.
Draven kind of sits up on the bed, scoots to the edge there.
And
All right.
Yeah, you skipped to late at night. You said right.
Yeah, it's later on in the night now.
Right.
Everybody else is kind of falling asleep, unless they
Um,
specifically want to stay up for anything.
Wits will first take out the note and just hold it in the shadow and just see if it does anything without
Ye-
having it in the moonlight.
You get kind of a faint glow, but it's kind of like fuzzy.
All right, and then Wits will get up and lean to hold it in the light.
You hold it in the light, and the glow disappears.
Hmm. Perhaps Dravenette likes complete darkness.
Well, let's move to a darker place.
Let me just see real quick before we try to move anywhere. I don't want to startle our patrons. Wits will kind of stick it in the bag and kind of cover the top and just kind of peek in to see if it gets any brighter.
All right. The glow returns, and it sort of sharpens into text scrawled across the page.
All right, Wits put up. Yep, it definitely appears to be darker space. So
I don't believe the bathroom had any windows.
I don't believe so either. Let's go check it out. Wits will kind of pull the note out and put it on the table here.
All right. Now that you're sort of away from the windows, and in basically complete darkness, Draven, you can still see, but Wits, it is kind of pitch black for you. The only glow in the room is from the note, which that blue text has sharpened back into what was written before.
Ah, all right. Wits will pull out the parchment and put it next to the note. Oh yeah, Draven, I know you can still see. Would you mind writing it down?
Yes, of course. I guess you're offering the quill and ink.
Yeah,
You got it?
he just hands the quill to Studio Scribe. So you don't have to worry
Okay.
about ink.
All right. Then Draven will copy the note down.
All right. You copy the contents of the letter in normal ink onto a new piece of parchment.
Yes, it's done, Wits. Here you go. And he'll hand him the paper.
Thank you. All right, let's head back to the. Actually, we can stay in the hall and maybe look it over. We don't want to wake anyone. There should be enough light here, I guess, if the door's open.
Yeah, there's a bit more
Um,
light. Draven can see perfectly fine though.
No, well, I figured.
Just shades of gray.
All right. He just kind of, Witch will just kind of put his bag on the ground and then put the note on top of it. All right. Well, I know you never got a chance to directly read it, so there you go.
Draven will just look over it again. Yes, well, I read it when I copied it.
No, some people forget while they write, you know. Just wondering. All right. Well, now that we have it copied, it'll be much more useful to us.
Indeed.
I apologize. Am I interrupting anything?
It's just a midnight rendezvous.
Oh yeah, we were running a little magic experiment to see if we can get some more information. If you'd like to see, we don't want to keep any secrets from our host, of course.
I would like to see, actually.
Which pulls out the note with the magic ink on it. Which I assume since there's a little light, it's somewhat sharp, but not perfectly
Yeah, it's
visible.
a little fuzzy. There is indeed text here. It's a little bit sort of blurred almost. Definitely magical. I can only make out some of the words skull crushers.
Ah, yes. Well,
That definitely
See.
says Lysindriel.
ah, yes. Well, you see, we went to the bathroom over there with no light, and we discovered that the magical properties of the note is in utter darkness. The note seems to reveal itself.
Ah! I see. That's counterintuitive. That's clever. It's not often one attempts to read in the dark.
Ah, yes. Well, I can't say I take complete credit. I had run this note by your son, and he kind of helped me guide me a little bit in the right direction.
I see. He has excelled in his studies.
Very promising one.
Indeed.
So, you see, the first time I had read this note, it was in the night, but we weren't really in a restful situation. We were kind of in a hurry. I didn't really get a chance to write it down after I read it. So that is why I seek to recreate it, since I didn't remember every detail of it. But now we have it, so it'll be much more useful to us.
I see. Very well. But if you don't mind, I think it is time I head off to bed.
Of course, we were heading off ourselves.
Very well. Well, good night to you both.
Good night.
Good night.
Lumber.
Draven goes to sleep and snores loudly.
Alright. Wit's going back to bed too?
Yep.
Alrighty. Then long rest, everybody. And we will wake up in the morning. Let's do a short little break, because this is a really good time for it. And we're at over an hour and a half, so 2-minute break. Go get some more water, get a snack, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. Take a bath.
Take a bath.
It's method
break.
acting.
I did that before the session.
God damn it, I gotta take an ice bath now.
Alright, we'll be right back.
In a bit.
They've all been very respectful of their hosts, I'm surprised.
I try to make enemies like Vogress.
Maybe for gnomes, Martos.
Got a great axe. Is it a greater axe?
Gnomes,
hefty axe.
gnomes don't really use great axes.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Those big
Hand
weapons.
axe.
Small size can't use them.
A hand axe is a great axe.
And would a knife be a sword?
Yes.
I mean, you guys have seen Lord of the Rings.
I'm back. And what are we talking about, Lord of the Rings?
Hello.
Discussing
Hello.
weapon sizes on the various fantasy races.
Yeah, Martis made a very good argument.
Oh yeah, cause halflings. What was the argument? That dwarves need special weapons.
No, dwarves use weapons as usual. Dwarves are really strong, so they can handle it, even if they're a little shorter. It's gnomes
have
that have to
one-
kind of pay attention to that kind of thing.
They make up what they lose in leverage with muscle mass.
Are gnomes like okay? Do gnomes actually like functionally have to use different weapons because they're so comically small?
Well, they're a different size than everybody else, so they actually have like negative impact when they're using weapons like great axes. That's why they don't use them. But on the other side, gnomes have a really good buff to a lot of their racial feat stuff. They got some pretty good spell casting stuff, so and resistances to spells. So often people will make spellcaster gnomes.
Yep. My wizard is a deep gnome.
Yep. Didn't we have one of those in Harp and Home?
Good old Flimp
Flimp.
was a,
Yeah, that was his name.
a wizard gnome.
Very chill.
So wait, is it all small classes that can't use like heavy weapons? I can't, or
It's
not small
just-
classes, small races. I mean,
It's just the trait on the weapon itself. If it has the heavy trait, that's what's
Yeah.
affecting it. So if you're smaller than medium size, you're losing out on weapons like that.
gotcha. Yeah, imagine a gnome riding a horse with a lance.
They would if they could hold it up long enough to hit an enemy with it, they'd be like pole vaulting with the lance after that.
Yeah.
Knock them right off the horse.
Wow. How tall are they usually? Like 4 feet?
They were very small.
Yeah, I think like 3 feet's like a tall gnome.
Are we all back and good to go?
I think we all are.
I believe so.
Martos here?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
between
Martis
3
here?
and 4.
I'm here.
Perfect.
Okay.
I am here.
He was typing before, but I hadn't heard her talk for a bit.
Sorry, I thought of My Hero Academia when you said that.
All right.
Nerd.
Then it rolls around to morning. Eventually, sun begins to stream through the windows that you guys left open. And by the time that Wits and Draven, you awake, these two are definitely already awake. Mishia was sleeping, though, so... Sybil and Martos, you wake up, and Mishia is still asleep. But Draven and Wits, you wake up to the empty bed where Tagon was sleeping.
Then a new day.
Yep.
Hey, I didn't dream about that thing again. Just dreamed about normal embarrassing things. It's definitely an improvement. Mardos, you up yet?
Ah.
Okay, take your time.
Martis, if you want, you can arm wrestle me. I'm sure you'll win.
You always gotta be so damn rude.
I'm just saying, if you're feeling bad because you lost arm wrestling, you know.
Dove.
So
Alright,
you're
that's fine.
offering for her
Oh,
to
no,
arm
no.
wrestle another caster that she may lose against.
Throws myself down the stairs.
Imagine she head dives down the stairs.
Nice.
Wait, she what?
No, that's just the mental image you say when she said dives down the stairs or jumps down the stairs.
Throws my limp body down the stairs.
Has to roll con saves to get a concussion.
Oh wait, I actually wouldn't have known that she lost to Mishia. Sorry about that.
un-RP.
Stress.
Yeah, retcon.
Alright, then the four of you make your way downstairs to the ground floor of the Venmore estate. It's pretty quiet. There aren't too many people living in this house, just the three of them, so really just the sounds of sort of occasional creak of wood with the wind against the house.
But didn't you want to talk to Ben or which Winrar was it?
Oh, I got everything I needed to know from the daughter. It's all right.
Okay.
I did need to go talk to that Tygon fellow, the eldest son of the family. I wonder where he would be. Maybe I'll knock and ask. Whistle, knock on the door.
Alright. After a brief pause, you hear a voice from within. You may enter.
Whistle just peek his head and say, that magic little experiment we did last night.
Yes?
Your son wanted to know the results, so I was gonna go tell him. Where might he be?
Well, he is often found in the library, just down the hall.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any like prepared food in here, or any like non-vegetable food?
Non-vegetable, no.
Damn it.
But there is some sort of
Margarine.
leftovers from what they cooked for their own breakfast. But none of it is meat.
Mardos, are you okay?
How the fuck do you lose to a spellcaster? How do you lose a strength? You know what? I'm gonna need a minute. Just give me a minute today.
Okay.
Mm.
Douche.
Sybil, do you know what she's
Huh?
talking about?
Not particularly. But she seems pretty upset.
I'll steer clear of her
It's just-
today.
Yeah, just give her a bit.
Tegan opens the door to the library if you're knocking.
Okay, yeah, he is.
He says, hear about last night's little experiment you were doing?
Oh yes. It was quite successful actually.
I see.
Although it was not the moonlight that revealed the text, it was actually darkness.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Rather counterintuitive.
Yeah, we had held it out, just out in the open, and it was kind of blurry. We held it out in the moonlight, and it went away. So then we hunkered into a bathroom which has no windows, and it revealed itself perfectly.
I see. So you were able to read the contents of your note then?
Indeed, and got my elven friend over here who can see in the dark much better than I can to write it down for me. So good thing I asked him to help.
Yes, that's me, the elven friend.
Well then, thank you for letting me know.
Of course, I remember you mentioning you wanted to know.
Very well. Was there anything else you needed?
Oh no, that was all.
Then I shall return to my studies.
Also, thank you for your help too.
Happy to help. I'm always interested in the arcane.
Of course.
Good day to you.
You too. Alrighty. So huddle up in the middle. Modus, look, I know you're not feeling great, but we still got work to do, alright?
I don't understand Orcish mottos. Wits, are you able to comprehend her language?
No, I'm not that good at magic.
Understandable.
All right.
I think I can comprehend her meaning, and I think we should figure out what we're going to
Yes.
go.
Well, last night, Draven and I did a little experiment with the notes, and we were able to make a copy of what it says on this sheet here. So, I think maybe we could bring this new information to the god and see what they can do with it.
I just want to be clear. Draven's handwriting is like a child's handwriting. It's just really like it's legible, but it's bad.
Oh,
He
perfect.
wrote with his
Wow.
non-dominant foot.
Perfect. Here's the note here. Draven copied it for me.
Yes, I see some letters here.
Yes, the letters form words, Martos.
Oh, read your words for me then, sir.
It says
Vincent.
at the top, Yorick Fleming. It has come to my attention that your little gang of bandit brutes, the Skull Crushers, if I recall, are in need of coin. My merry band and I can make sure you never want for gold. You simply need to provide muscle for a job I am organizing. Should you have an interest, I'll arrange a meeting. The old place near Lysindrio, from our smuggling days. The client has stated that she wishes to meet me there as well. I'll introduce you. Signed, Vincent.
Well,
See, I
Alrighty
thought
then.
it said pork flames.
but okay.
No.
Now, quite honestly, if you ask me, I don't really like getting gods involved. I think it doesn't have to. So, if you'd like, we can go investigate ourselves before
What
we
would we
bring forth the
invest-
information. Well, this says
We
near
could ask about
Lysindrio.
smuggling. Smuggling
Oh,
could
yeah.
definitely. But again, the forest guard would probably know more about that than anyone else here,
Yes, I
unless we
feel-
can dredge up whoever would be most likely smuggling. But I don't think I know enough about that.
Yes, well, quite honestly, if you ask me, I feel like if we tell the Force Guard, they'll go there themselves and probably mess up whatever information we can get ourselves.
They'll definitely
So-
ruin it. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, good point.
So if you want, we can all get our things from the guard station and leave and find this place on our own. But if we're stumped or if we get everything we need to know, we could come back and always warn them.
I still think it's a good idea to try to get a general idea of where their smuggling place might be before we go out into the endless, impenetrable death forest.
Well, that is a good point.
She makes a very good point.
Well, let's see. Who else here, other than the Force Guard, since we had asked them the other day, would know a lot about the area?
Well, it seems like Elvin. Forget his name. He's blonde. He apparently goes wandering out of the city.
Oh yeah, the guy in the first house we went to.
Who else? Remember else mentioning leaving town or traveling?
Cutting in and out, Sybil.
Oh, I don't remember anyone else mentioning the city very much. So, if we don't want to ask the forest guard, I guess we could check there.
Well, we can ask them again. Let's see. But I think we should all agree first. We shouldn't really share this information with them immediately. So I feel like they might thwart any information with their vast numbers.
Yeah.
While they are stealthy, they may just... I don't know how receptive they are to keeping prisoners, as opposed to just killing any threats.
As a small reminder, since it was a week ago for the players and a day ago for the characters, you also said that you want to go back to the tailor because Martos left some stuff there to be fixed up.
Oh yeah, we almost forgot about her hat.
I
Forgot.
remembered. I was just hoping you all would forget.
How could I forget my mask? No wonder why I've been feeling self-conscious.
Alrighty then. Well, since we won't be that far apart, maybe Draven and I can go ask about and the god
It's on the
about
way.
that information. Well, yeah, true. um, but yeah, we can head on out. I guess that's our plan for today.
All right.
I go get my fancy hat.
Ooh.
Following Mardos.
Artist's head dives through the doors.
If I had my ram skull, I would.
Every time, like ever since you said that, now every time you like go through doors or downstairs, I just imagine you just leap forward and just
You
like
just ram
plank
that shit.
while you're in the air.
Okay.
Extremely loud crashing noises.
Make your way out of the Venmar estate into the cooler air of morning. There's a light mist hovering kind of just above the grass. Whose background noise is that? Is that Sybil?
Alright, do I need to turn that down? Man, I can't figure out the good balance for this.
We're getting a...
Oh, like a jingling noise.
It's
It's
static.
like a breathing.
Yeah, it was a bunch of loud kind of static.
I
You
have
can still hear you clicking, so...
and
Do
every
you have
time I move my head, they make loud clicks
on your
off.
on your voice and video settings on Discord? Do you have noise suppression on?
I do have it on.
Or
It doesn't seem to work really
noise
well all the
reduction?
time, if I'm gonna be
You
honest.
you might need to turn down the gain on it and maybe move the mic a little bit closer if it's having issue picking you up, because it definitely has too high of a gain if it's detecting all these other
Okay.
noises.
That worked better?
It was good for most of this session. Just in the last kind of like 5 minutes, you started cutting out a little bit, and then there was a little bit there where it was about just kind of solid static, which is unusual.
Weird. Okay.
It's fine now, so we can just continue. But if you want to afterwards, we can all help you fiddle with settings.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No
You're good.
worries, it happens. Just like to make sure that people are aware of it, just in case there's any easy fixes, just so we don't have static or anything like that in the background for the audience. But you wind your way down the stairs, back towards the entrance plaza to the city. It's pretty quiet because it's relatively early. So really only some of the forest guard are are around. You can see them kind of watching you as you make your way in between some rock formations back towards the fountain in the entrance plaza. I'm not entirely sure where you're going, so you guys can tell me.
While walking, Witz will take a sip of his rum.
God damn it.
You thought you were gonna get a session without it.
Is Taylor this way? Taylor this way.
Yeah, or we're gonna pass by the god
gotta
house
figure
first.
All right. Now you make your way up along kind of the center road, down the sort of stone cobbled path. Even though it's relatively early morning, the forest guard are out training as always.
Are they ever not doing that? I don't think we've ever seen not doing that.
Well, that's what it's like being a god. You know, the whole life. You're either on duty or you're training.
Ain't got shit to do. This is it. This is what they do all day.
Of course, uniformity is easy to predict.
Didn't y'all need to stop off here?
Did we?
I don't know, did you?
Well, we do need to ask them if they know anything about the surrounding area. I mean, if you'd like, we can all go to the Taylor, or we can split up for now.
Didn't sound like they.
You did ask them about that
Earlier.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought,
Yeah.
but I heard someone saying about asking them.
They said
Alright,
that they know the Mistwoods bite like the back of their hand, but anything beyond that is definitely a little more ambiguous.
That makes sense. You're kind of a shitty smuggler if you're in the mist where it's known that people know about it.
But you make your way north along the stone path to sort of the northern clearing where there's another grouping of huts. Some folk are out and about in this area, but again, still relatively empty streets. Lysindriel is in general a relatively peaceful place. There isn't a ton of people living here. But you make your way
This
back
is-
to the tailor's house, yeah?
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is either the blacksmith or the tailor. I forgot. Yeah, that
Blacksmith
one.
was up
Walk
there.
into
Yeah.
the room.
Okay.
At least we're not gonna walk into a random house again.
Yeah.
Imagine if I
Okay,
just
that counts.
imagine if I brought you to the blacksmith.
That would trip me up, dude.
It would be the opposite direction too. You'd be over here, coming in.
You
heading the wrong way.
turn you turn the map like you rotate it 180 degrees, so we end up walking into the blacksmith.
This is the one that refuses to load for no reason.
It loaded instantly for me.
Yeah,
I
me
know.
too.
For me, it
Same
doesn't
here.
load. I don't know why. I remember I refreshed last time and that made it load. I don't know how long you guys are gonna be in here, so I don't know if it's worth reloading.
Yeah, I mean, we're just
But
getting-
Lindis is at her desk. She's kind of slowly working away. She's wiping some sleep out of her eyes and yawning slightly as you walk in, and she turns around and says, "Oh, morning."
Morning, Linda. Lindis. Lund. Ludo. Lynn. Good morning, Lynn.
Morning. Are you back for necklace and the
I am.
skull helmet mask thing?
Indeed, I am.
Well, the necklace was relatively easy. I got that up ready yesterday, and well, the mask itself not too difficult either. I just needed a few leather straps and a few holes. So here you are. And she sort of pulls open a drawer on her desk and hands you a necklace with your shark teeth strung through it, and your skull back, which now has some straps affixed to it so that you can hold it on your head a little bit better.
Well, I greatly appreciate this. Immediately put skull on. Yes.
Did you lot find anything more about what you were poking about? Looking for?
Yes, a name, a face. Still looking for the location.
You wouldn't mind showing me the face? Again, I didn't really get a good look, but might as well, right?
Let's.
Oh, would you do the honors?
Woods will just point over at this basket right here and just recreate the portrait leaning against it.
Oh, I thought you had like a drawing or something. This is fancy.
Yeah, we have a painting.
She sort of gets off her stool a little bit and examines it a little closer. Well, I'm afraid I'm not much help in that department. Doesn't look familiar to me.
Did she
Yeah.
say that she was wearing a hood? Like when we went to see her before?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I heard.
Alright. Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to see people in a hood. That's kind of the point of it after all.
Yeah, she was far off, kind of in between some trees and facing away from me, wearing some sort of hood. Really only just got the female form, that's about it.
Alrighty then. Well, still, that information did lead us a little closer, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, happy to help out how I can. You folk going looking for this person?
Yes.
Probably.
I'm working with the
Maybe.
god, trying to see if we can figure out where she might be. So,
Well, careful if you're going beyond the Mistwoods. Tends to be some dangers out there.
What kind of dangers?
Ah, well, wildlife, bears, wolves, all sorts of things. The hounds in the Drela Forest are known to be rather ravenous.
So we've
I think
heard.
those were that ate the camp.
When you saw this figure, where were you
Hmm.
in relation to Lysindria?
I believe I was east. To the east of the town, a little bit past the mists.
I see. Perhaps Beatrice was scouting out the location. Or perhaps
so.
she's already met.
Well, to get a more accurate burn, we should ask maybe the guards or that captain exactly where the mist boundaries are.
Well, that's given us a bit of a lead, Lindis. We appreciate your assistance.
Yeah, happy to help. If the forest guard need to ask me anything, you can send them over here. I don't mind interrupting my work.
All right.
Was there anything
Oh.
else? No more tailor business, right?
Not at the moment. Thank you.
I would gladly come back if I find any other bone.
All right. I suppose so.
Don't worry, ma'am. She will.
I will. Thank you.
Well, that's
Lin.
rather reassuring, I suppose. Have a good day. And, she waves you off as you exit her house.
Alrighty then. Are we ready to get our things back and head out of town?
We didn't get anything from the blacksmith, did we?
You talk to him a little bit.
I think we all agreed that we're all broke.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yourself.
Witz holds up his rum. I'm extra broke.
The blacksmith was also a little reluctant to sell you any weapons since you'd had yours confiscated.
And then the confusion of why I was asking for ball bearings.
Yeah, that as well. He
well-
said that was a possibility, but he didn't really know why you wanted them.
Yeah. You want me to be honest? I didn't know why I wanted them either.
You
God.
didn't?
Just because you could.
You know, just figuring that's the same reason I got the other flask. You know, it might be useful.
Just cartoon
I thought you had like some
hijinks.
convoluted plan you weren't telling us about. Like you just wanted ball bearings for no reason.
I'm so happy I've given the illusion that I always have a plan.
He's got to go catch a
Just-
roadrunner.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll ask the blacksmith for his anvil too.
It says Acme on the side of it.
Imagine how like weird that'd be if you went to a blacksmith. Can I have your anvil?
So, bit heavy, but all right.
Oh, that's what Mars is for.
Oh,
Make
you
your
should
way,
regain your strength now that you've got your crown back.
I
Make
feel
your way-
powerful again.
Make your way back to the southern clearing where the forest guard station is, with the telltale thwack of arrows hitting their targets, ringing out in the clearing around you.
So, make sure we get all of our stuff back before we head out.
Yes, keep up the good job, boys. Those targets are definitely dead.
Morning, Tanev.
Hello
Morning
again.
to y'all. How's everybody this fine morning?
All right.
Something you
Yeah.
needed from me?
Oh yes, we were taking our leave from the town, so we would wonder if we can get our items back.
Right. Of course. I will be walking with you to the borders of town,
Oh, of course.
but your weapons are just over here. Book for you,
And daggers.
right? Daggers as well. Got a little bit confused which ones were yours and which one were your friends here, but I
The mo-
suppose two of you can sort that out.
The melted one is his.
unfortunately.
Right, alright.
Promise I'll get you a new one.
And the
Well, you to that.
a rather heavy axe for the lady here.
Thanks.
Oh, one more thing before we leave. I'd like to ask you real quick. Do you have a map or something, so you can show us exactly where the mist encompasses?
Well, the mists, they circle the whole city. Suppose I can show you the general area.
All right. Well,
But,
if it just circles the whole city,
Again,
that's
it
enough.
is a natural form in mist, so doesn't exactly abide by the laws of man or elven kind.
Okay, I see. Well, just a general idea should be good enough. Thank you.
All right, I can point out general idea for you.
Is there a path to the east through the mist?
Paths in the Drela Forest? I'm afraid not, my friend.
Hmm.
I guess the mist doesn't go as high as the treetops, does it?
The closer you get to the city, the higher the mist will go up, as you can see around the mother tree. But once you start to get a little further out, then yeah, your suspicion is correct.
All right then. Well, that should be enough. We stop writing on this one.
Oh.
What's your policy on people climbing the mother tree?
Well, only those who are authorized to do so may do so.
Yes, and what does that authorization require?
Requires trust, my friend,
Scratch that idea.
and approval from the Mother Tree Council, of course, the four noble houses. He kind of circles a border with his finger. About these whereabouts. Once you go beyond there, you'll be leaving the Mistwoods.
All right then. Well, I'm sure we can find our way as we get a little further out. Partially to also be sure. I'm sure we'll run into plenty of your guards out in the mist. So just want to be a little
Well-
wary of where the mist covers.
Well, I don't know if you'll run into them, but they certainly will be watching you.
Well, we figured.
Wonderful.
All right then. Well, we'll be on our way. If we find anything new, we'll definitely come back and share any information we can find.
Keep me posted. I have some of my guard out in the Mistwoods today, searching around for any folk that resemble the descriptions you gave me. If we find anything, I will update you as well.
All right. Very good.
Oh, could I have my staff and sling back?
He took the sling, he
Let's
didn't take the
ask.
staff. The staff was just a walking stick to him.
Oh, so you know he can tell the difference between a spell book and a regular book, but he can't tell the difference between a quarterstaff and a stick.
Well, he doesn't know druids. He knows spellcasters. He knows wizards.
Should have tore the pages out.
Can we just say we grabbed our packs from the Venor's house?
Yeah,
before
of
we
course.
left?
I usually just assume when you guys leave your lodgings, you take all your stuff with you.
Cool.
That way, we don't ever have to do any situations where you go back.
Yeah, I had thought about that, but then Martis was doing some RP and I just completely forgot after that.
Yeah,
Nice.
I just assume that you guys sling your packs over your back when you're heading out. So you make your way back out into the clearing, leaving the forest car station, and Tanith is going to follow. Well, shall we get going?
Indeed.
Got some fine archers out there. I tested them the other day.
Finest in all the Phalanx. And he will walk with you back towards the entrance plaza. Right this way.
Cat girl's gone.
Bye.
You took her out so that we wouldn't harass her anymore.
No, I took her out because it would be weird if she stared at a fountain 24/7 all day, every day.
That's all she does. Something's wrong with her.
Trying to at least
Just-
make it feel like people move around in town.
No, she's a guard, just undercover.
I mean, compared to what the players in all of your games have done, is it really that weird?
Nope.
Yeah, Mardos rubbed paint off the chin of someone she meant for like
but
5 minutes.
if you guys do weird thing, that's on you. I at least need to make the living world feel like it's alive. But Tanith kind of leans against one of the posts and says, all right, well, this is where we part. You get in any trouble in the Mistwoods, the Forest Guard will assist, but beyond the Mistwoods, you're on your own. So keep an eye out.
Be quiet.
Oh,
And good tidings to you all.
You as well.
No, one more thing, Tanner.
Yes?
If we don't happen to return, tell that Win-Win girl, the shut-in, that she can thank me.
All right.
That's all.
I will deliver the message should you not return.
Yeah,
Thank-
hell of a memory of her.
And then Draven's gonna walk on down.
Alrighty. Now then you make your way kind of winding down these wooden steps, ornately carved, and kind of weave in between the rock formations, eventually arriving back at the platform where you first encountered the forest guard. And as you sort of make your way a little bit lower, kind of leaving the rock formations, the mist begins to kind of thicken up around you, and now sits like clouds along the grass of the forest floor.
It's kind of magical, guys.
I would agree if I didn't know that there were eyes constantly watching.
I kind of like it.
Let's just ignore that and keep heading east.
it's really. It's relaxing. Or the watch.
You cut out a bit there.
Yeah,
someone
cut out.
We heard the word watch, and that's about it.
Hey,
Bah!
it's nice if you
Huh?
ignore the fact we're being watched. Ah, okay.
It's still nice.
Well, from where I'm from, I don't really trust the gods that much. So,
Are we just wandering eastward into the mist?
well,
Well, we
unless if
didn't
you're
get any
able-
other information.
unless if you're able to see. Let me open the note again. If I open something on the second tab, it doesn't show up for everyone, right? Just me.
Just you.
All right.
I have a show to everyone button
Okay.
that I click.
Yeah. Which will take out Draven's poorly written note. Well, the note still says near, but the other information we got says perhaps east. So, I mean, that's all we really got to work with.
I believe Tanith said that there weren't any structures within the mist, so perhaps we need to head east until we exit.
I mean, mist is only going to go on for so long. So, let's head out.
Yep. Time for this walk.
All right. Everyone be on your guard.
All right. So you sort of wander your way into the Mistwoods, heading east. Martos, you kind of have this constant feeling of being watched with your danger sense while you're in the Mistwoods. You can feel sort of eyes on your back.
I wonder where that's coming from.
But as you glance around, you don't really see anybody else. It's just sort of the occasional bird up in the branches of the trees, or a squirrel just sort of scampering quickly through the mist and up a tree. And as you walk, the traveling through the Mistwoods is relatively peaceful. It's not the easiest place to navigate just because of the thick mist, but you keep your heading kind of due east and just walk until eventually, after approximately 20 minutes, half an hour, the mist begins to sort of dissipate. And you're able to sort of see your surroundings a little better. And as you walk further away from the Mother Tree and further away from Lysindriel, Martos, you feel those eyes that are watching you begin to fade. And now, if you just give me one sec, you find yourselves out of the Mistwoods and instead just in Driella Forest proper. There we are.
Done. Looks like the mist has just about dissipated. Draven, if you like, maybe you can climb one of these trees and see if you see anything.
Certainly.
Oh, it's pretty tall.
Yeah, that looks like a big one. Draven's gonna climb the tree normally, just really fast.
All right. You climb the tree normally, and as you sort of gaze around, you can see back behind you. You can actually kind of see that almost a very loose border of where all of a sudden the woods begin to get misty. But off further to the east, you can just kind of see a really long stretch of forest. And as you sort of gaze around, you can see a bit of a clearing up ahead. Not too far. A bit of a walk, but not too far.
To the east.
Yes, to the east. There's sort of like a break in the trees.
Alright, Draven will climb back down. It appears we're on the right track. I do believe I saw a clearing up ahead, further eastward. Perhaps that's our location that we seek.
Alrighty then. Well, I guess we know where we're heading.
About how far away did the clearing look like in time of us walking?
10-15 minute walk. Close enough that you could see it. So not that far out. But the trees are pretty dense, so you kind of have to wind your way in between them.
Gotcha.
How healthy do these trees look, by the way?
They all look quite healthy.
Okay.
But Sybil, you notice this stump here. Looks a little bit weird as you walk by it. There's no way you wouldn't notice this. So it won't make you make any perception rolls.
In what way is it weird, exactly, other than the fact it's covered in, red caps?
Well, it does have some fungi growing kind of around it. But you can actually see sort of like a burrow buried down into it. There's sort of a hole. And as you kind of look at it, it feels welcoming. That's the only way to describe the feeling.
That's intriguing. Hey guys!
Uh,
Yes.
I think I found a, rabbit burrow or something.
and
Sybil, we already have lodgings. You don't need to wild shape to find a place to sleep.
Is this a druid thing?
I don't know. I'm curious.
You can wild shape and go down there if you like, but I don't know if this really seems.
The burrow itself, Sybil, you might not actually have to wild shape.
She's just
Huh.
actually small enough.
Um,
Well, she is small.
you would certainly have to lie down on your stomach, but it's actually a bigger hole than you think. You'd have to
Huh.
lie down on your stomach and kind of crawl in, but if you don't want a wild shape, you suspect that you may be able to just squeeze your way through. But you can wild shape if you want.
I think I'll probably wild shape so I can move around easier.
Sure.
So, can I wild shape and just quickly investigate this strange hole?
Yeah, what do you want to be?
Rabbit, I suppose, since
Alright.
we already have that token.
It is loading. So
Rabbit.
there we go. Here we go. And... Okay, you should be able to move it now, right? Alright, the other three you see Sybil transform into a white rabbit and sort of begin to kind of poke around the entrance and then poke her head kind of down into the burrow. It goes down a little bit and then kind of widens out a little bit as well. So the entrance was a bit narrow, but then it widens into a taller tunnel. It feels bigger than a rabbit burrow, Sybil.
Do I see anything of note, or should I be making my escape about now?
Well, a little bit down the way, you can see sort of what looks like a flickering fire.
I'm curious. I'm gonna check that out.
All right, then let's take a peek. Let me copy. I think this will copy the version that you can control it. But let's go take a look. Let's see. Yep, perfect. Then let's go inside. You head a little bit further down. It kind of slopes downward, and soon the light gets closer, and the cave is sort of illuminated around you. This is what you see.
No freaking way.
Inside, you see rather comfortable lodgings. The flickering flame in the distance was, in fact, a fireplace. And beyond, sitting in front of the fireplace, is a nice little carpet. And around the carpet are two little wooden figures wearing red cloaks. One of them sits in a rocking chair, the other in a pile of hay. And they are just sort of sitting quietly, and as you kind of make your way down the tunnel, they look towards you. And as they look towards you, they actually look kind of excited, and they hop up out of their respective chairs and kind of make their way towards you. And as they make their way towards you, they're just sort of rattling their heads back and forth. You can hear this sort of rattling sound like a maraca. And they excitedly make their way up towards you and just sort of continue rattling.
Things seem friendly.
They do. They don't seem hostile to you.
Oh, okay. Huh.
In fact, they look very excited that you've decided to stop by.
I can't communicate in wild shape, right?
You can't speak in any sort of human language. You can speak
But I can.
rabbit.
Oh, I can speak rabbit.
As much as rabbits speak.
Ah. I suppose I try to chirp friendly at them.
They jump up and down excitedly and continue to sort of rattle around. The rattling appears to be originating from their heads, as if it is hollow and there's sort of a seed or a nut rattling around inside. And they jump up and down, waving their little walking sticks. And then they sort of motion you to kind of come in, as if welcoming you and telling you to make yourself at home.
Are they doing anything else?
Well, they sort of motion sort of to the carpet. Sit down, make yourself at home, as they continue to sort of rattle around. The one that was sitting in the hay bale is now kind of bent over and searching through the hay bale for something. And if you don't want to do anything else, then after a short time, it will find what it was looking for in the pile of hay and pull it out. And then it just kind of holds it. It's a little big for the small little sprite. They're about the same size as you are as in your rabbit form. They're quite small. And it holds out what appears to be just sort of a seed to you. And it's just kind of excitedly nodding its head at you.
Can would I be able to tell what this is with a nature check?
Perhaps.
Wow, we're all having bad rolls
No.
today, aren't we?
Indeed.
You definitely don't know what it is, but you get the vague sense that from what you've seen, because there's no way that you wouldn't have seen this kind of thing, it appears to be a seed for some sort of tree.
Okay. Well, I accept it. I think.
When you accept it, they just sort of excitedly jump up and down. The one in the rocking chair just very quickly rocks back and forth at top speed, making rattling noises. They seem quite happy that you accepted their little gift.
Aw. Well, I do whatever approximation of a bow I can, like this.
They just
And then
mimic.
I kind of...
They mimic what you're doing.
Okay. I kind of indicate or gesture towards the exit. Oh, shut up.
They sort of nod again, and then they just kind of wave their hands at you. Still just
Okay.
rattling away and kind of hopping back and forth.
I try to wave back and then exit the burrow.
All right, you make your way back along the tunnel with the warmth and the light from the hearth sort of behind you, and eventually you poke your head back out of the burrow and then see your party who are waiting for you where you left them.
I change back pretty much immediately as soon as I get out of there.
All right, the rest of you see Sybil change back as she leaves the burrow, and she's holding something in her hand.
Did you steal a rabbit's lunch?
They weren't rabbits. Some sort
Very.
of little nut creatures. They did give me this though, which is very nice of them.
They're nut creatures, and they gave you a nut. Are you a mother now, Sybil?
Oh, became a mother.
I would love to actually
Congratulations.
plant this. See, I think that's what they wanted me to do. I'm not sure. They couldn't really communicate. They sort of just rattled and very excitedly went back and forth on a rocking chair. But they were very nice.
What, a rocking chair?
Yeah, they had like everything. They had like a little hearth. They had a rug. I don't know how they even made it at that size. I guess they're skilled
Huh.
craftsmen.
Maybe so. Did it seem
That's-
magical in any way?
Interesting.
As magical as very small little nature people who live in a stump
Hmm.
would be magical.
Did you try asking them for any information?
You can try asking questions when neither you or the other party has the ability of speech, but they just seem to want to give me this. Didn't really seem to have any other prerogatives.
Mind if I take a look at it?
Sure.
Do an Arcana check.
Okay. There is certainly something magical about that seed, Wins.
Hmm. There's something about this. I can't put my foot on it, but I could definitely feel the magic from it.
Do you think I could get a flower pot and carry it around with me?
Maybe so.
We could raise a pet plant and take it with us on our adventure.
Well, now we have to. So, yes.
Well,
Yes,
as long
let's
as it doesn't
do
turn to jellycap, I think that'd be fine.
that. Give us a
I'd be fine if it
Yeah.
turned into a jellycap. You wouldn't want to have a jellycap in our party?
I
Would
want
be
a jelly
cool,
cap.
but you know, the real jellycap hates us, so.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to turn into that though. It looks a lot more like a tree than a mushroom.
Alright then. Well, hopefully along our ways we'll find something to put it in.
Draven, you said no, not you. Were we going to return to the town after this?
Maybe give them
Okay.
any of information we need to. So
They should
who
have
knows?
flower pots there. Oh, we met that gardener. I can get one from her.
Ah, well, there you go.
Ah, I'm very excited about this. Okay, oh, yeah, I forgot we were, doing something else. Let's do that.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot the main point of us even being here.
Draven just looks extremely confused at how happy Sybil is about receiving a nut. Just druid things, I suppose.
She likes
well.
nuts.
Well, I mean, you seem pretty excited when you see leeches or any living thing you can eat. You know, that's what you like. And she
I'm not
likes
going
plants.
to eat it.
Well, no, I'm just saying. You know, he gets excited when he sees leeches. You get excited when you see plants. You know.
They're not really excited, they're just hungry.
Well, that's a form of excitement.
I suppose.
Goes back to what I said earlier. You know, you can be nice to people. You know, they'll be allies.
Do you want me to be nice to who in this situation?
Well, anyone, I guess. Well, you have to, of course. See, the reason I was trying to get you to be nice to those nobles and guards is because, well, they're easy to fool. Some of them are a little bit smarter than others, of course, but, you know, if you're real nice to them, they don't bat an eye at what you do.
I don't have to be nice to people to fool them.
Well, they certainly won't be trying to figure out if you are, or if you aren't, or if you are, if you do be nice to them.
Have you ever thought about being nice on principle?
Certainly not.
This is Draven. What y'all mean you're gonna be nice?
I like the definite answer.
It takes such effort.
Well, hopefully for your sake, I guess. Let's hope we don't have to be nice to anyone when we get to whatever this meeting is.
I really doubt we're
Indeed.
going to have to.
All right. So you continue through the Driella forest, heading due east, and with Draven sort of has the general mental picture of where that clearing was situated. So it's not too hard for you guys to navigate towards it. It's pretty much straightforward. Wind in between trees here and there, keeping watch. So far, you only really hear birds chirping and the occasional plant rustling with wildlife, or an insect buzzing past your face. But eventually you reach the edge of the clearing and you kind of see into it. So if you just give me a sec, this is what you see. So just let me describe it. So looking into this clearing of trees, you see a few things right off the bat. First, you see a fallen tree, kind of split apart and sitting on the far end of the clearing. And in front of that fallen tree, kind of bent over and facing away from you, is a figure wearing a cloak and hood right here.
Are we murdering them?
I can ensnare them if we want, but it will probably be considered hostile action.
Just kind
Is it just one person, Jay?
Just one person. They're bent over the tree and looking at something. They haven't noticed your presence.
Well, if there's
Hold.
anyone that we're looking for, it should be them.
for murder.
I'd like to try to sneak around the bushes to get a
Alright.
look at their face.
Yeah, just make a stealth roll. All right. Stealthy
Oh,
boy.
Very nice.
Draven's just gonna creep kind of low, bush to bush.
All right. You sort of deftly wind your way in between trees, not even making any rustling noises.
Am I able to see the face from here, or do I need to go further?
They're bent over and looking down. It's a little hard to see.
Oh, okay.
Get a little closer and then maybe.
It was behind this tree.
All right.
Yeah, it's probably about as far as I can get.
From there, you can see a little bit of their face.
Does it appear masculine, feminine?
Feminine.
All right. Can I see any like hair
Hood's
like,
covering it.
hanging down? Okay. Ooh.
I'm for murder.
And
Uh,
what's see Draven from here?
I think he's attempting to stay hidden. So unless he's
Yeah.
trying to signal any of you guys, then no.
I'm just gonna make my way back.
Yeah, you're good. The figure seems to be distracted. They're hard at work at something. So I won't make you make another stealth roll. You're good to go.
It
Alright.
appears to be a woman figure.
Right, she's probably the one we're looking for then.
Yeah. Perhaps we should not just rush in. Wits, do you want to do some sort of illusion to grab her attention? Perhaps we can get a better look.
Well, are we gonna try to capture her as an end goal and maybe interrogate her?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, I have a little idea. I can try for that.
All
I've-
right.
I've learned a few new tricks, and I am sure I can get behind her without her seeing me.
Sure, let me just cast a little spell to prepare myself beforehand.
All right. I guess I'll try to pick up a nearby rock and hit her with it. See if it knocks her out.
What?
Alright, Draven casts Long Strider on himself.
All right.
Or if you like,
And find some sort of symbol to represent that if you want.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That's not bad.
Um,
Okay, that works.
maybe I could try to restrain her, and you can come up and try to tie her up as well.
A small miniature man jumps on a Draven's head.
My bats have taken another form.
Alrighty.
Tie her up. Sure.
Alright then. I'll try to hold her in place and sneak up behind her and hold her in place while you run up and tie her up. You'll know
Wait.
whenever you need to run up.
I don't have any rope.
Oh well, yeah. Witch will pull out his rope, and I do have rope, don't I? I do.
One of you
He'll-
definitely has rope. I was
I
looking
have
in your
rope.
inventories a while back.
Yeah, I have rope. Witch will pull out rope and hand it to Draven.
Alright, Draven will take it.
All right. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right then. Witz kind of looks at Draven and gives him a peace sign, and he turns invisible.
Alright.
Draven's just like in sprinter position right now.
Why can I not? Oh, I have the wrong thing selected. All right. Do I need to roll stealth to see if she hears footsteps?
She's distracted.
Alright.
You're all good.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Don't mind me.
If it was like a
Invisible
guard
man.
standing watch, then maybe, but she's not paying attention.
All right. She's like, where are we in? Like right here?
She's
Or
right here.
something like that? Oh, right there. All right. Which is gonna walk up right here, and then he'll
She's-
just look back.
She's
Oh,
bent
she's right
over,
there.
so you're kind of, she's at like hip height for you. She's kind of bent over doing something on the ground.
All right. Well, she's already been over. Then Witz is just gonna straight up tackle her.
Alright.
Oh my god. To tackle her.
With a cry, you tackled the woman to the ground. She was not expecting it. She was not ready for combat at all. She's not gonna resist it. You just tackle her to the ground. She's not expecting an invisible person to tackle her. So you got this. You tackle her to the ground and sort of, she kind of squirms and wriggles and what's happening? But you're still relatively invisible. As long as you're not trying to hurt her, you're all good to stay invisible if you want.
Yeah, I'm staying invisible.
Okay.
I don't really freak yourself like that, dude.
It was at my cue.
Um,
I think that was your
Oh.
cue, man. Go. Shove.
Oh,
Draven just like takes off. How far can I get, like, and still rope her up? Is this like an initiative thing, or can I just go?
It's not initiative. She's on the ground, squirming around. But as you sprint right up to her, the invisible Wits and her are wrestling on the ground. And as you sprint right up to her, her hood falls back and you just kind of stare face to face with her as she's lying on the ground. And she just kind of sees you sprint
Oh.
right up and she's, what?
Oh my god.
Who the hell are you?
Draven. I don't think you're who we're looking for.
what's going on? Why did
What-
you two stop?
Oh my god.
What's
what
grabbing me?
It's a pervert. His name's Witz.
Oh, that is not. Oh my god.
Witz is gonna stay invisible.
What's.
Are you still trying to hold her on the ground? Because she's kind of squirming and kicking at the air.
Well, Draven's not trying to tie her up. He's definitely let go by now.
All right.
Yeah.
You stay invisible, but you let go. And she's kind of now just, she's kind of like looking around, trying to figure out what the hell just happened to her. What hit me? Was that
We
a
are
spell?
So sorry.
It's
The person in a spell. We are
Which
so
is-
sorry. Oh my god.
Witz is still invisible and still silent.
Who are you?
Draven casts Fairy Fire on Witz's position.
Shit.
Alright, hang on, let me roll that deck save.
Yeah.
We kill Wits again.
Fuck!
It's him.
God damn.
Alright, alright.
Well,
Witz undoes the spell.
all right. You-
Draven will drop concentration as well, saying that Witz is now visible.
okay, I was gonna say because you could keep him glowing if you wanted to.
No. I just want to fuck with him a little bit.
She actually looks at you. Was that fairy fire?
Yes, indeed. I know magic. I'm quite amazing.
Then you must have been invisible. Why in the world did you attack me? She's staring at you.
Look,
We are so sorry.
we were given word that a hooded woman was out here messing with something with black mold. And you kind of fit that description perfectly until just now.
I suppose you're right about that. You know about the black mold.
Of
It's
course.
spread to the forest south of here as well. We ran into it when we were coming up.
That far to the south too. Huh.
Were you by any chance in Lysindria within the last few days?
Oh my god.
The last few days. No, I don't visit the city often.
Insight check.
Mhm.
Damn.
Insight, damn it.
We're all terrible today.
Hard to say. She looks flustered, but mostly just because she was tackled and she's still kind of like sitting on the ground.
Gotcha.
Again, I'm still struggling to understand. You thought I was someone else?
I'm sorry.
Yes, we're searching for a possible culprit of this black mold. Also, someone who might be tied to an assassin group.
Assassins? Heavens, I didn't think. Assassins, you said?
Yes, they assassinated someone who was supposed to give us information about these. And Draven will show the sigil on his hand. A man by the name of Cornifer Creepwood was killed in a tavern not too far from here.
I see. That's all quite odd, I'm afraid to say. You think these assassins and everything that you're investigating is tied to the Black Mold?
They said we stole a letter from one of their base little hideouts, and it said they had a smuggling hideout near Lysindriel. The Black Mold just happened to be in the same place, and when we were told that there was a woman tampering with it, we kind of assumed, I guess.
You assumed that was me.
Yeah, and we assumed since there was already a sketchy group in the area.
I see, but I must inform you, I'm not spreading the Black Mold. I'm trying to stop it.
Us as well. Do you know how to stop it?
I've been attempting to create powders and salves and tinctures and all manner of things to attempt to stop the spread of the mold, but nothing I've tried has worked so far.
When did it start exactly?
I only noticed small clumps of it on trees, perhaps a month or two ago. This is recent.
Well, you're not from Lysindria. Are you from somewhere else around here?
I'm more of a wanderer, I suppose. I don't have a permanent home.
What is your name, miss?
Sorry, I should have introduced myself, I suppose. My head's still a little bit rattled.
Sorry about that.
My name is Ilsavel. Ilsavel Alora. I'll give you the spelling, don't worry.
Miss Ilsavel, do you have a birthmark on your collarbone?
No. She's not wearing anything that's covering her collarbone. Well, I guess the cloak. So she'll move the cloak out of the way. Show you. Why do you ask that?
Well, the person we're looking for has that birthmark as well. Just making sure.
Possibly has it.
I see. Well, I'm afraid I haven't met anyone like that.
Have you seen any black-haired elven women walking through the woods?
Perhaps someone that looks like this, and he'll cast Minor Illusion to make the portrait again on that. Lean up against the tree right there.
She sort of examines it. Actually, to the west, further past the city, I was wandering about looking for more of the black mold to see if it had spread west, and I saw like a small hut in a clearing. It was near some rock formations, and I saw, when I was poking around, a black-haired gentleman. He entered the hut. There was someone with him, but I didn't see that person, I'm afraid.
With his eyes kind of widen, does someone look like this? And then he makes the bust of him appear on the stump right here. Oh, not on the stump, the tree.
Big.
My minor illusion has upgraded to be 10 feet now.
Massive illusion.
She examines that as well and says, yes, that bears a resemblance.
All right. Let's all snap his fingers to make the illusion dissipate. All right then. Well,
Is this related to the people you're looking for, then?
yes, very much so.
This is excellent information, Ilsadil.
Well, I suppose I'm happy to help if it stops the black mold.
Yes, on the subject of black mold,
Yes.
our group is gathering donations to help fund our...
No. We don't. I'm sorry,
She
but
kind of
I think this problem is bigger than your scheme, Draven.
she chuckles a little bit. She says, "If you're looking for coin, I'm afraid I don't have any."
Well, we should carry on westward then. What say you all?
Yep.
Oh God.
All right. Well, thank you, ma'am, for the information. Sorry again about tackling you. You can understand the confusion.
Yes, I suppose I might have a few bruises, but nothing permanent, so no hard feelings, I suppose.
Well, let's go see if we can find our friend.
Yeah,
Actually,
It's
sorry.
nice meeting you.
hold
oh,
on.
oh.
Before you
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
before you go, there was something I was actually worried about in relation to the black mold, and if you are going to be traveling the forest, I'd like you to keep an eye out. You haven't seen any purple mushrooms, have you? And as she actually says that, you start to hear a rustling from the forest around you. Martos, your danger sense is just pinging, and Draven, your ears sort of perk up
Mm.
as you begin to
Guys.
hear a sort of a rustling from the woods around you.
Just gonna take that hand axe out right now.
That's dramatic timing.
We might have company.
And as you sort of scan the forest around you, you begin to see something kind of shamble around the dense thicket of trees. From all directions.
What the fuck is that?
Oh,
is that?
I don't like that.
What the fuck is it
No.
That's worse than the pigment thing in the swamp.
from the fucking hands?
And the last thing to shamble around the trees pushes kind of in between them. It's much larger than the other ones. It is a massive shambling mound of purple mushrooms.
You mean a purple mushroom like that, miss?
She spins around with a worried look on her face and says, "Oh dear." And that is where we'll end the session for today because we're right at 3 hours.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Oh, great.
I love that.
Here,
Are we
let's
gonna roll
look at.
initiative rolls now or?
Let's
next
do it
session?
now. Yeah, then it's out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Oh.
pop up some
Yeah.
portraits for you guys.
Freaking
Flip.
cool. Good to see that we're playing Fantasy Last of
The
Us.
Last of Us. Yeah.
God.
I've been itching for a combat.
Alrighty. Oof.
Ah, free! I am not getting good rolls.
Damn. I'm just happy I got a fucking 11.
On this happened, which was more useful than normal this session.
Do you get? Is it advantage on initiative, or is that later on? You get Mortos.
I think later on, because I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
saying
I-
a feature somewhere.
Double
Yeah,
check.
I think Berserker gets it later on, or maybe it's
Yeah.
all barbarians.
Something like that.
I don't know.
I know Berserker gets like immunity to like charm and some other stuff like that. I don't know.
Too
That is
angry to be
open
charmed.
Or buried. 5 tools. What you got for me?
Yeah, not yet. I don't remember what level it is. OOC.
Level 7.
I'll probably say NC next session that Draven will handle this guy, whatever that is, and then move up to support you, Mortos. With I
Yeah,
assume
you already know
you're going
what
after
I'm
that.
doing.
You don't even
I
need to
know I'm
ask
going
her.
for the big one.
The biggest and baddest one. Well, at least she doesn't have to arm wrestle it. So
Yeah, I'm good at you know, chopping.
I'm surprised she's 0-3 right now on arm wrestling.
Do not the first arm wrestle she wins, she is gonna get his face drunk right after.
Oh god.
It's the revenge.
Wits can finally 1v1 something this time, so he has the means to do it. So he can handle that one to the top left.
Alrighty. Comfy fireplace. Theater of the Mind screen. Alright, so I don't remember if anyone said, does anything interfere with next week?
I think I'm good.
That should be good.
Nothing for me.
If anything does pop up, let me know. Otherwise, we will say the next session of Whispers in the Woods will be next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Next actual stream will probably, unless there is any sort of unexpected changes, be Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern for the reset, the restart of Seas of Sand.
I'm
Yeah.
missing all of them this week.
That's
Ah.
not true. Seas of Sand's an urban myth.
So actually, since it's the next actual stream, I was gonna clarify actually what changed and why it took so long. But basically, two of the players were had some schedule stuff that came up that they couldn't continue with it. No, not an actual reset. Sorry, DJ. So we actually have two new characters who are going to be stepping in with two new players.
Log.
Just so that things work out. So you'll see actually two new characters on Friday.
Wait. Oh, are there characters leaving the campaign too, though?
Yes, it's still going to be a group of four.
Ah,
So
which
unfortunate.
ones, if
It's
I
Rin and Fallon are leaving.
okay.
So Val and Cecilia are sticking around, and then there's going to be two people who are going to be joining in.
I love that elephant. It's a shame.
Well, the good news is
will be
that
greatly missed.
they didn't die. Their characters still exist.
They just
Um,
die like, from cardiac arrest or something.
They still exist in the living world, so they're still out there somewhere. So it's not the end of their stories. It's just we needed to shuffle some stuff around, so I needed to take some time off to reset some stuff and figure some stuff out and give them time to build characters and do character art and all that. So we'll be stepping back into things on Friday.
Cool.
Excellent.
Ah, man, I have a placement exam, but I'll be able to watch it later.
Yeah, there's no pressure to watch
Yeah.
anything live. That's what the VODs are for. And then after that, continuing on Monday, will be more Silver Song, Session 2.
Hell yeah.
Session fun.
think,
Session 1 was a lot of fun, so looking forward to
Oh
number
yeah,
2.
that was a good session.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think
Love
Fabel
that
pointed
group.
out that Whispers now has more sessions under our belt than Caesar Sand does, just because of how long it's been.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's not a race or a competition.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's coming up on the channel in the future. We'll be back to 3 sessions a week, which will be fun. Other than
I-
that,
I mean, it's fun for all of us. I don't know how you can consider that fun. I would consider that extremely hellish and hectic, but you know, to each their own, I guess.
I enjoy it.
Well, if he didn't find it being fun, he'd be playing, not DMing.
It's been a very long time since I've played.
I'll get you in a little one shot one of these days.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Imagine DMing can be kind of fun. The first time I tried it, I had to do it to entertain a bunch of kids on short notice. So I didn't have a very good first impression, but I like to try it again sometime, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That would be awesome.
Especially when everything is sort of like your own world. It just kind of, it's a lot easier to write all that and kind of do all that than it is to run like existing things. It's more fun to write a world than it is to study a existing thing, at least for me.
Yeah.
Then you get people in the campaign being like, well, in this world, too. So, but it gives them more arguing room to make something.
It's collaborative storytelling is a very fun thing to do with Grand Lorien. Everybody that makes a character has probably pretty much shaped at least one part of the world just with their character's background. Adding families to locations and, oh, my family owns a shop. Okay, now there's a shop there. Perfect. And all sorts of stuff like that. People who are from
Oh, man.
outside the major settlements, they've created entire villages. So it's a fun collaborative storytelling.
Yeah. And I didn't really know exactly what the living room was like when I wrote my backstory, so it's kind of weird to see everything kind of pan out and think about what's going on back in my character's like hometown.
Sybil's backstory is actually pretty interesting considering the context of some of the other campaigns.
Yeah, especially her seems like it fits really well in this campaign just because of all the nature stuff we've been
For
having.
sure.
To do.
I did tell you guys, I told each of you individually when you were making characters that this would be an interesting campaign to play a druid in.
Mhm.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, Seville, I did not know how to play D&D when I made Witz's backstory.
Yeah,
And
I
actually,
saw
Witz
the-
as a whole.
freaking barely did.
There's stuff I wish I could go back and change, but I'm just rolling with now. So
Yeah, Bartos was the first ever D&D character. So she roughing it.
yeah,
You
that's why I
guys,
got 2 other ones that I've written extensively for. I'm like, all right, I like Witz, but if he dies, it wouldn't be that bad.
Man,
You
the
guys-
first one I ever made was a gnome druid or a gnome bard, and that was a bit
Oh
hectic.
my god.
It
the
wasn't
thing
like that though.
the thing that actually worked out about all your characters without talking to each other, you guys all made outcast characters, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh. We basic bitches here.
Which is why I include.
Oh.
I think is that in my wording here somewhere in this. Yeah, see, 4 outcasts.
We
I
we
thought
don't
that was
actually
interesting.
know any of the other people's backstories for their characters, right?
Not a ton, no. You guys
Like,
haven't talked about
No.
it in universe, no.
We had that opportunity to kind of share a little bit with Cornifer whenever he sat us down at the table, because he kind of like asked us like why we were here, what brought us here. None of us said shit.
Yeah.
So,
So you
like,
know we did bad
You're all
shit.
That was like the
Suspicions
perfect opportunity, and we're just like, nah.
I mean, that was
Mhm,
exactly
'cause they
why I
had-
had him say that, is so you could have an opportunity. But you didn't have to take that opportunity. It's totally fine what you guys do.
I
Oh
mean, I
my
knew
god,
at least.
can I just no,
Go
sorry.
ahead, Sybil.
Can I just say too? The other Sybil is is weirdly close to actual Sybil in ways you wouldn't even get. Like it's like she from the name and everything. I wasn't sure how to roleplay it, but like she was definitely having deja vu there, I feel.
You gotta stretch the eyes on the end of the other one. Sybil versus Sabil.
Sabil.
There.
Yeah.
And you can differentiate them.
Yeah.
For reference, and the reason why everybody was talking in the chat, Sybil, other people in the living world have had a similar encounter that you had in that little stump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
a,
was so trippy for me because I had left for a second. I come back and I hear this whimsical music with these two little things, and I was like, "What the hell is?" Like, I was expecting like you maybe like find some sort of
I
like
was-
evil totem or something like that. But
Oh yeah, I was
but-
expecting to get eaten by a badger.
so specific.
it's an ever-growing list. We got Killing Quinn, Sildren, you.
I was really hoping Sybil would find coal because I
Turn of
mentioned
Twist,
in that little
then
cave thing
Fifth
because I
Brainrot.
mentioned in the chat in Silver Song that if Witch finds coal, it's Industrial Revolution time.
Coal.
Yeah, coal, like the rock that you burn.
How so?
You know, funny thing about coal, that's how steam engines started.
Oh, is he gonna like pull some artificer thing and invent some like
I
Insane
want to be
invention.
careful with it because I don't want to because I know Jay is a little iffy on that kind of stuff, so I don't want to suddenly be like, all right, well he just figures out how to make a steam engine right after that or anything like that. I would definitely put a magical component into it. But I wouldn't be like, all right, suddenly Witch knows how to make an iPhone. Just because I would love to see something like that in the world, but of course, that's up to Jay.
Trying to stay away from steampunk.
Oh man, whenever I read Syndren's Eye, all I could read was Sildren's Eye.
A strange little bit of poetic irony there.
Irony, yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, there was like a fireplace in that little like cave thing, right, where the little people were at.
Mhm.
Where'd the smoke go?
Magic.
Yeah, where did the smoke go?
It's magic smoke.
I had a very good feeling that was gonna be your answer, honestly. And I'm
Same
perfectly
way
fine
you
with that
guys
answer.
keep getting water for all your baths. Magic.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of magic, I had like a mini panic attack because whenever I was like, we got back to that guard's hut to show, or the guard station to show the captain that portrait. I thought through my mind like, wait a minute, if he sees me using magic without a spell book, is he gonna be just like angry or something like that? And then I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, all right, I know how I can maybe RP my way out of it.
I know what his reaction would have been if you'd brought that up, and he probably would have just shit talked your cantrips.
Oh god.
Great.
He should tell him all he wants that we got way more information than he has, and better way to show it to everyone than he can. I don't know. I was scared he was gonna see like the tied up crystal in Witz's hand and want to take it too, because then Witz literally wouldn't be able to do anything. Like no damage, no nothing. He has 0 damage on his unarmed attack, so Witz literally would be defenseless if he took that.
Well, thank you, DJ. I appreciate it. I do my best. Yeah, other than that, the usual stuff. We got a Discord, we got a Twitter, we got a everything else, a YouTube channel for VODs. Check all those out. They're in the About section. Don't feel like you're an intruder if you're joining the Discord. It is available for anyone who wants to join. I promise we won't bite your head off as soon as you enter. So check out some of the links if you miss a VOD and it disappears on the Twitch channel. Check out the YouTube if you want to look up scheduling stuff, like if I'm going to cancel something or adjust timing. It'll be on my Twitter. But I also talk about stuff in the Discord too. Other than that, I guess I will see everybody most likely on Friday, unless anything changes. I don't foresee anything changing, but you never know, so I just throw that in there. So yeah. I suppose everyone take care. And I'll see some of you on Friday, some of you on Monday, and some of you on Wednesday.
See ya.
Yep.
So
Have a
do
good
you
night,
need to
chat.
fix your sound?
Good night, everybody.